Guys, I've been playing a roguelike.
I heard.
I know.
Oh, wait. Oh. I'm excited to hear you talk about this because this is a game I desperately want to hit PlayStation and Xbox.
Yes. So I have been playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate. I wasn't going to get it because everybody knows by now how I feel about roguelikes and
But it's
these types of
TMNT,
games.
bro.
I know. That's literally the only reason why I bought it is because it was TMNT. And I saw people playing it like on YouTube and on Twitch, and I'm like, the combat looks super cool. Like this combat's really fluid and fun. And I'm like, the character designs are like probably some of my favorite character designs in a long time for the Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that mix between like probably that early 2000s era Turtles mixed with like, you know, late, like, I don't know, comic Turtles. And it's like, oh my gosh, it looks so cool. And so I'm like, you know what? It's $30. I'm going to bite the bullet. I bought it on Switch. I am, for somebody who doesn't like roguelikes, I am not disappointed.
Nice.
So,
Okay.
Here are the pros. Okay. And this is the Switch version, by the way. When it comes to the big boy consoles, it's probably going to run way better. The combat is super smooth and fluid. As you upgrade, your attacks get way more, let's say, they're powerful but also faster, and your dash gets faster, and you can get shurikens that shoot lightning out of them, and you know, all the turtles feel unique and different. Leonardo's kind of like the all-around character. You know, if you kind of just want to experiment with certain things, Leonardo's probably your best bet. Donatello, obviously the ranged melee character. Raph is the strong, powerful, up-close character, which is really cool in certain situations and really terrible in other situations. Michelangelo is the fastest character, both in terms of combat and in movement. This is probably the most unique Ninja Turtles game I've played in a long time. I love Shredder's Revenge. I love the Cowabunga collection, you know, but obviously Shredder's Revenge was, it played off your expectations of what you knew of 16-bit Ninja Turtles, right? Side-scrolling, beat 'em up, cool, unique bosses, fun, multiplayer, that kind of stuff. This game does a lot of interesting, cool things, and the only issue I have with it is that it's a roguelike, because if it was just like a straight-up kind of RPG light where you upgrade your turtles with these unique moves and characters, because like I got to a couple bosses. I fought Rat King, and I fought Leatherhead, which is the crocodile enemy in Ninja Turtles. The bosses are super cool. They have multiple unique moves. As you progress through the fight, their moveset changes, so you have to be prepared for, you know, Leatherhead will like slam the ground. Like the first stage, he kind of slams the ground, you know, whips his tail around. And then when you get to the second stage, he starts like dashing across the map. He sends like these waves at you because you're fighting him in the water. And then the third stage, like all these rats kind of come up and start attacking you while he's attacking you. So there's all the different stages to the bosses. There's mid bosses. You can get power-ups throughout each level. There is a shopkeep partway through each level where you turn in dragon coins to buy certain upgrades, and as you defeat certain enemies or you destroy boxes, you get more dragon coins to upgrade your characters. There are permanent upgrades, and then there are just run-based upgrades, kind of like Dead Cells. So I am enjoying the game very much. The only issue I personally have with it is that it's a roguelike. Some people are comparing it to like TMNT Hades is what people are calling it, and I don't disagree with them based on what I've seen and played of Hades. The very little I've played of Hades. So if you're waiting for this to come to one of the big boy consoles, I would highly recommend playing it when it comes to those. If you have a Switch, I would consider buying it, except there is a bit of a slowdown when there's a lot of things going on screen at once, because obviously the Switch is, the Switch.
Dated. It's dated.
Yeah. Yes.
So I will, at the risk of self-plugging, I will say that on XE, I love TMNT, and so I've had digital clips on the show to talk about Cowabunga Collection. I had 2 different interviews for Shredder's Revenge, one with the game proper, one with the DLC, Dimension something. But I love TMNT, and the idea of a game that takes the TMNT formula, the beat 'em up formula, and combines it with Hades to kind of give us something different than what Shredder's Revenge and Cowabunga Collection did. I'm digging that. Also knowing there's another TMNT game on the way later this year from Game Mill, which could be hit or miss. Game Mill is very hit or miss.
That's the one that's based on the movie, right? Yeah.
The movie verse, because they got the show now.
Right. The show's coming out. Right?
Yeah. So I love TMNT, but like, it's kind of neat to see all these come out, and hearing that you enjoyed Splintered Fate just reaffirms that I am very excited for this to come to. I'm such a jerk when I say this, but like the adult consoles, like the twin sticks, because like it's just ready for that. Like I'm ready for that.
Look, I've double dipped on every single Ninja Turtles game that's come out. So I play it on the Switch when I'm away, and I play it on the other consoles when I'm at home. But
nice.
I will here's the thing: I will probably buy it when it comes to Xbox again.
Nice.
I will probably buy it again. The cool thing too is that the story is really interesting. So like the story basically is that Shredder has used some ancient magic to kidnap Splinter, and Splinter is communicating with you through this magic. Think 1990 original Ninja Turtle movie when they're sitting around the campfire. You see his kind of shadow ghost kind of pop up in the fire. That kind of presentation, and he helps you upgrade your characters permanently after each run, and at the end of every run you get a little bit of the story, and you get a little bit more of what's going on, and you get this character, and this character are out there, and then where's then you have these little side missions of like, where's Casey Jones at, and you're gonna have to go find Casey Jones at some point in a run. Right. And so you unlock little bits and pieces. April gives you little bits and pieces of what's going on too, above ground. It's very interesting to the point where it doesn't really feel like a roguelike. And I think playing it like that made me forget that it was a roguelike for a while until you die and you have to restart. And it's like, whatever.
Very curious how they pull that off as a roguelike. Does that mean you like repeat the levels over after you die?
They are kind of like how in Returnal, like all the levels were kind of procedurally generated with handcrafted blocks. Or I guess Remnant 2 would also be kind of that way. It's kind of like that, where you go through a section of a level, you hit this portal, and you jump to like the next section of the level, but it could be a different block, a handcrafted block that they put in there. So, and then they'll be very clear of like, you're about to go into a boss room, because there'll be a big portal with a purple skull on it, and be like, oh, okay, well, boss is coming up. So that's cool too. Also, the whole game you can play multiplayer, online or couch co-op, which is cool. Every run you can call on a multiplayer character. I don't know if it's 4 players. I know it's at least 2. I would imagine once it gets ported to the other consoles, it'll be 4. But again, Switch and Nintendo's online. If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Keel, and Todd Oxtra. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.